Oh, hello. Welcome to my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and today I'd like to paint something that everyone is familiar with. I did make a very detailed version of a great white shark, and what I try to do is model them after the one in Jaws, and I'll show you a lot of detail on the bottom, the sides, I scarred them up really nice. You know, you've got 2 rows of teeth in that mouth, and then you can see from that angle, and they can see them from the top. And I'm going to show you what colors to use today. I'm going to be using acrylic paints. So what I'm going to be doing is I have regular blue, I have some blue greens, I have some light blues, I have some various colors of red for the mouth, I have white, black, and yellow. And we're going to do a mixture of all these colors to kind of give them the appearance that we want. So the first thing that I want to do is the great white shark got its name for having a white underbelly. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the white, and I'm going to put that right here. Because what the whalers used to do is when they were used to go out and hunt the whales and get them, the great white sharks would show up and they would be trying to eat the whales before they could get them aboard and get all the oil from them. I'm going to show you how to do. We're going to use the white right now. I'm going to take and I'm going to move these aside so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the underside white. So see this? We're going to do a little white there. Paint that nice. Look at that. It's coming out nice. So, see, I painted the whole underside. You see how I just painted a little bit up on the sides, on each side. And we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do for the next step is I'm going to blow dry this with a hairdryer. That way it'll be easy to work with. I'm going to take this. Beautiful. It's done just the way I want. It's nice and dry now. So now we can proceed to do some more. The next thing that I want to do is I want to paint the inside of the mouth and do the teeth. So we have various color reds here. And I'm going to put these out because we're going to blend them. I'm going to put those inside the mouth. Okay, now that we got those, I can put these aside now. Let's see. I'm going to use this size brush right here to kind of get it started. And now what we're going to do, I'll show you, we're going to be painting the inside of the mouth here. Now I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to do the bottom part of the jaw. Just kind of dab that a little bit inside. I'm trying to, you can see how it's got the nice color red. And so now we're going to take some of these other color reds, and we're going to just kind of dab that too. Just dab it a little bit. It'll give it a little variation in color in there. That's why I wanted to do it. Then we'll take the other one. We got that. Now that we've done that, what I want to do also is I want to take some of these reds, and there's the lip area around the shark's mouth. I want to take and paint that with a little bit of this red. See this area here? You can see how I'm painting it. I'm painting up here. I'm going to paint around here. I want to make sure I get all around there. Sure to miss any spots. And now we'll take some of the lighter color reds and dab it. A little mixture, just dab a little with some of the others. We did that. See how nice that looks? And now we're going to do the teeth. That's going to be a very bright white. We'll be using the white again. Put that there. I'm going to take this white, and I'm going to paint the white teeth. I have 2 rows of teeth here, so that it's going to look awesome once they're painted. See, I'm dabbing those. Just going to dab them so slightly. I want to get it from both sides. So what I'm trying to do is paint both sides of the teeth so they look good. Okay, so I'm dabbing all around, trying to get both sides done. And what I'm also going to do too is I want to lighten up this area a little bit around the mouth. So we're going to blend a little bit of the white. So it's not so dark. And do something to the top too. So you got that. So the next thing that we want to do, now that we've done that, I do want to do the black eyes. I'm going to show you, we're going to get a nice black color here. We'll do that next. I'm going to take a small brush for that. I'm going to paint the black eyes right here. And then we'll do the other side. And I'll come back to this one too. It's really starting to improve things by doing the black eyes like that. The next thing that I want to do is I want to take and I want to make, we're going to use blue, a dark color blue right now. Take this bluish color, we're going to paint the shark. Okay, that's starting to look really nice. See how nice that looks? Really starting to come along nicely. I love the contrast in the color. So what we're going to do is I'm going to blow dry this for a second. Now to bring them up to date, we'll do this. So now, see, nice. That's a little bit easier for me to handle now. I got to make sure that the paint on there is not too bad. So now, what I want to do now is, there's been a little scarring on them and stuff, so I was going to see if I could darken up some of the scars with the black paint. We're going to come back in with the black paint. Just going to kind of come back in over some of the scarring a little bit. I'm going to see if we can, there's a few scars here and there. Trying to fill in some of this. I'm just going to go over it lightly a little bit. You get a little bit of variation in color. Some of these areas that are scarred up a little bit. So I just see I'm just doing a little flick around the tail and then what I also want to do is just kind of darken this up a little bit on the sides too, like on the fins. Just ever so slightly, just make it a little darker. On this side here, we're going to take and just kind of make a little strip here. See that? Kind of just want to do the tip like that. So I did the tip of the fin. I'm going to take and do the same thing on this side. And then I'm just going to kind of darken this up a little bit here. And then darken this up a little bit. On both sides. See how we're just kind of doing that? Now I'll do it this side too. Just kind of blend it a little bit. Just give it a little texture there. And another area I want to kind of do that too is the top of the fin here. And right this area here. See that? I did right in there. And then that there. And then another area is probably like the tip here too, kind of blacken it up a little bit, right here. And then we'll do the other side too. And then we'll do here. See that? Darken that up a little bit like that. That way it gives a little variation in color. So I did that. So now, and then on this side here, there was a little scarring. I just want to kind of dab a little black paint here and there. And a little bit here. A little bit in the top. And then on this side, I want to put a little bit there too. See how that's starting to look? It's really looking nice. So now what I want to do is I want to come in with some other colors that I had. We're going to use a little yellow. I want to kind of dab that in a little bit. You want to give it a little variation of color here and there. So up in the top here, I'm just kind of dabbing a little bit of yellow here and there. See that on the top? A little bit of yellow on the side. A little bit of yellow here. See how I did that? It gives it a nice variation to look at. So what I want to do is I want to come back in on this side and do a little yellow. We'll do a little bit in the top of the fins too. See these here? I want to do some on this side too. Get a little bit of, see that? Get a little yellow in there. See that? So now that we got the yellow in there, I want to put some other blues in there. We got these out of the way. So I have like 2 light blues and 2 light green blues that I want to use. So I'm going to take that. The other 2 light blues. And now I'm going to take some greens. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. Yeah, I want this brush. I like this brush right here. Now what I want to do is kind of add a little color here. Maybe throw a little blue in there. See that? Try to get a little light blue here and there. See that? Just I want to give it a little variation of color. See that around the eye? Lighten it up a little bit. Just going to blend it in there. Just dab it a little bit and blend. And then we'll Do a little bit of blending here. Do a little dabbing. A little bit on this side. See how nice that's coming out? Now, we got some other colors too I want to add in there. A little more of this blue. Dab that around. And now, a little bit of that. Add a little bit of this there. Add a little bit to the tail. Just kind of blend it all together. Gives it a nice variation in color. And now we got our darkest color green. I'm going to come back in with that a little bit. Gotta use that a little bit. That's really starting to come along nice. So now, I think we're just about done. Just want to maybe come up with a little more blue here. But now you can see all the variation in color? I think that adds to it. We were trying to blend the colors, and that's how you would paint this great white shark. I'll show you. See, that's what it looked like from the top. That's what it looked like from the bottom. It's all white. You can see the beautiful job we did with the teeth and the mouth right there. And then I just kind of want to show you both sides. See that? Pretty cool. And then that's the other side. And that's how you would paint a great white shark. Or, I want to have a different variation of the way you paint jaws. So I thought that came out pretty good. So I do want to thank you for coming to the show Creations in Clay. And I do want to thank you. Well, thanks. And I'll see you again next week. Thank you.